Welcome to Take Two, the Rock 95 Morning Crew podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us, Craig, Brian, and MJ. Last week, we talked about vacations and things that are a thing.
Right, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, these little tiny things that, if you've never been on vacation, everybody tells you, hey, that's a thing.
Even if you don't participate in a thing, you just need to know it is something.
It's a thing.
Yes,
You know?
so you don't look at people weird.
Right.
You know that it's a thing.
It might not be your thing.
Right, but if you're surprised when, you're on vacation and you go to the pool and all of the chairs are taken up and it's 9 a.m., you need to know that's a thing.
That's a thing.
You just be aware.
The guy that's sitting at the pool bar for 8 hours without going to the bathroom, that's a thing. He's a thing.
Well, that's the other thing.
He's
He
an
is
important
going to
thing.
the bathroom.
That's right. He's just not physically going to the bathroom.
So you got to connect the dots. So I got a new one here for you this week, and it's drinking related.
Drinking related things.
Yeah, drinking related things. People, and I didn't know this was a thing, but they leave it up to a skill, and they'll say, kind of like, I'll do that if I can split the G on a Guinness beer.
Split the G.
What's that?
So if you can do that, you split the G. Oh, if he splits the G, we're going to do it. That is, they pour a pint of Guinness, so it's in a glass, and you chug enough beer out of the glass so that when you put it back on the counter, the top of the beer where the foam is, right, goes right through the middle of the G in Guinness on the glass, called splitting the G.
Have you heard of this, MJ?
That's ridiculous. That is,
Okay, hold on. I want to be...
Hold on. That's not a thing.
With drinking, there's going to be a lot of ridiculous ones, let me tell you.
yeah, good point.
That's a thing.
Oh, now every
Split the G.
time I have a pint of Guinness, I'm going to split the G.
Yeah,
or try
Yes.
to.
And that's just it.
And it's all about
So the-
judgment, right? Because you can't see the G or whatever, right? Like you have to because when you're drinking it, it's
Right,
hard to
it's
tell.
it's a guess. Yeah, it's
I mean, I have to admit, I'm fairly new to the Guinness world. Like, I've only started really drinking it on a regular basis when I'm going out for a pint.
yeah. So now you got to pretend like you really know. About it.
Yeah, I'm going to split the G. Everybody's going to look at me. That's not a thing.
You sound like a fool.
If you're new to Guinness, do you know that they put the shamrock on the top of the beer? Have you seen that?
Sometimes, yeah. They do it on St. Patrick's Day. I haven't seen it anywhere
Oh, I've
else.
seen it. Yeah, all the time.
All the time, huh?
Yeah, look
Okay.
for it.
All right.
You know what
Come
else?
on, you're new to Guinness.
It's delicious, and I just guzzle it.
You know what else is a thing? I guess Guinness drinkers. You guys are intense.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you not a
There's
Guinness drinker?
No. The only time I ever had that was when my son was born and the midwife suggested to drink Guinness.
Wow.
It
what
helps
a time
with
to have it.
I know. It helps with breast production. Breast milk production.
Did you split the G?
If I did, I didn't know it.
Is this why my milk's coming in nicely?
Yeah, and have you ever picked up a can of Guinness before?
Yeah.
And there's a little ball.
There's a little ball.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And have you opened it up and grabbed that ball?
I have.
Yeah, I have too.
It's like, and anytime you're dealing with a metal can,
Yeah.
it's a disaster.
Just like
right? somebody can get cut, and if you're drinking, you're going to bleed more.
This is a
That's-
whole club.
Yeah, that's a thing. Another one, which I'm not proud of, and I think it's mostly 19 and 20-year-olds, but when you're drinking beer out of a bottle and someone else's, you take the bottom of your bottle, you tap the top of theirs, and then it foams at the top.
I've heard of this thing.
Yes, that's a thing.
I don't even know what it's called.
No, I don't think it has a
Foamer
name
or something?
I think
I don't
you
know.
used to say something. I can't remember.
Right.
We'll have to look that up when we take a
It
break.
feels like the only
Yeah.
adults that would ever be doing that are the two characters from Fubar.
Yes.
And they'd be like,
Diener.
they probably still do that.
Well, and I did it.
Peter, it's foaming over.
I have done it before, and I remember doing it to my cousin. So I'm that guy. And she went and took a sip of the beer because it's an instant reaction, right? You see
You
it
have
foam
to. That's
over.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like,
Otherwise it's
even
a
though we
mess.
were outside and it could have been a mess and it didn't matter, but she wanted to catch all the beer. And of course, I cracked her top of the bottle and she got
Yeah.
it caught in her lip. And the next thing you know, she pulls the beer down and blood and foam is just all over her mouth. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Bloody Mary. That's a thing.
It was don't do that.
What kind of beer was it, Craig? Do you remember?
I think it was an MGD.
What was the beer you used to drink when you were growing up?
That would be a Molson Canadian.
Molson Canadian, because you mentioned you used to do a little hand signal
Dude.
to order a specific beer. Which
Yeah,
I
that was X
Lame.
for a little while. Hey, this is a thing.
I don't know.
I don't think it was.
Okay, tell me what it is.
I'll tell you this much. I never got rejected. They knew what I was talking about. It's probably not a thing right now because not a lot of people drink, but I used to drink Molson X.
Yeah.
Right? And when I go to a bar, instead of actually saying anything, I cross my fingers together to make an X.
That's so lame.
Well, they would go back and get me an X. They
right.
Does it make it less lame if they know it?
On draft?
Yeah.
Or would it be
They
in
give me a bottle.
They would.
I
That's
don't-
the bottle
Yeah.
sign, is it?
Yeah.
No one knows about this. And there's no one
My God, it's only you.
Anybody that knows about it is dead.
Yeah, probably. All right, we'll go through a few more things coming up as we continue with Take Two. Welcome back to the podcast, Take Two with Rock 95 Morning Crew. And we're talking about things that are a thing
Yeah.
or not a thing.
Or not a thing. And, you know, we went through a bunch of drinking ones that were a thing. Every single one except Craig's. But I do have some that I've been witnessing from my one neighbor. It's almost like they're trying all kinds of these things, seeing what sticks. So we had a ton of snow this week. They bought one of those electric snow shovels. Have you seen that?
I have
No.
one.
You have these snow shovels?
Electric snow
I do
shovel.
indeed have an
Oh,
electric
because
snow
this person went out there. It was blowing snow last night, and they went out there, and boy, it just blew it right in the air. It didn't last. Like they were out there for maybe a minute and went, "This isn't the thing to be using."
It is not the thing.
Wait, what does it do? How is it an
It's
electric
in the
snow
shape
shovel?
of a shovel, and you're pushing it forward, and it's just spewing the snow like a snowblower would.
Ah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you need if you get more than like an inch, it doesn't work.
Yeah, the neighbor was getting caught on any single thing as well.
Yeah, it helps with a dusting, which you would probably not shovel anyway.
Exactly.
So we can say that's not,
It's certainly
thing.
not a thing. No, I was gifted it, and
and it's not a thing.
should have handed it
I'm
right
happy,
back.
I'm happy to report that. Other one my neighbor is trying is the windshield cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Come on.
Are you talking for winter?
Yeah, for winter.
For the snow, right?
Yeah, so you put it around. I want to say the two mirrors on each side, and then in the morning you just take the cover off, and then you don't apparently have to do anything to your windshield. Anyway, I don't think that's a thing.
Have you seen them peel it off? And that's what the key is. If
Yeah,
they peel
it's
it
the
off
big
and it
reveal.
works, then it's a good thing. But if you've
But
seen them
it's
often
not-
and they still have to
but,
clean
like,
their windshield.
These have been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and not enough people do it, so that makes me think it's not really a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was that great, we'd be doing it.
Well, that's it, right?
And
do
we
you
wouldn't
remember?
be talking about how amazing it is or how weird it is.
No.
Because we'd be used to it.
Well, do you remember the one that you actually put in the car in the summertime to kind of
Yeah.
keep everything cool?
Mm-hmm.
That was a thing for a while, and then everybody realized this looks stupid. Some of them had like a scenic scene of a beach on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mother still has one. Yeah. And she is the one that looks like it's for like solar, so it just blinds you.
Oh,
Where's your
those-
car? That one. You know what I mean? You stand in front of it, you're gonna get sunburned. It's like a magnifying
That's right.
glass.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
people are driving by, getting in an accident,
Yeah.
blinded.
Fantastic, but your car's not too hot, is it? Yeah, my mom has that.
You have another one for the cold?
Yeah, and it works fairly well. And I think it is a thing because you can buy it at any store and they don't look at you weird when you pick it up. It's just the spray. It's like the anti-freeze spray. So when you got a thick layer of ice on your windshield, you just like spray it on, give it a moment, and if it's really thick, it just lets it crack a lot more easily. It's quite satisfying.
Now that's an invention.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Is it a thing?
You're the only person I've ever heard of using it, and I do know what you mean. I've seen it.
Yeah. It's a thing.
It works?
You know what else is a thing? Using a giant broom to sweep off the snow, too. I've done that.
Sure,
Like a giant lake. Yeah.
sure. That seems more normal than the spray.
I love the spray. It's a
Do
good
you
thing.
love it?
The only thing I
If
don't
there's
like...
snow on top, no spray.
No.
No,
But if there's
it's
ice...
just when there's ice.
Just when there's ice. And that's more annoying than snow.
I don't think MJ knows the definition of a thing.
It's my thing.